This is a story of Dave and Sharon finally living their dreams of sailing to the Caribbean and beyond. It all started with a conversation while raking leaves. Instead of being tied to one place, we decided to leave everything behind and begin a life of adventure. Our daughters were out of high school and it was time to move on. We bought a sailboat, which was an Amel Mango, and spent time getting it ready for our adventures. Join us while we share our adventures from getting the boat ready and embarking on our cruising life.
The motor for the mainsail furling wasn't working. And so I took that off. I was trying to find some brushes for it, and I can't find any brushes. I asked Amel, but it ends up that the brushes aren't too bad in there. I think what happened was the wires where you connect the motor wire to the wires coming out of the mast to go to the battery banks, that you use these copper clamps on there, and they had just gotten some corrosion on there. I took the motor and the gearbox and sanded it all down and refinished it all. Redid all the greasing fittings on it. There's a little band on the bottom, so if you can get to it really easy to put brushes on. You don't have to take the motor off. You can do it right up where the motors are. You just pull the cowling, the fiberglass cowling off, and there's one little bolt. You pull that band off and you can access those from the side. Well, where that band was quite rusty. The band itself was rusty. So I cleaned all that up, and then I repainted the band, and then I took slick tape and sprayed and just kept spraying it in there to build up a rubber gasket on it that was thin enough that would hold but not keep the band from closing. And I know I need to put new batteries, so I came down to check the batteries, and I opened up yesterday. I cleaned all the terminals, but I opened up the water access on them, the caps, and they were all dry. Every single battery was dry. So I got 2 gallons of. There's six batteries. They're 6-volt golf cart batteries. So I bought 2 gallons of distilled water, and that was by far not enough. So I spread the water out as much as I can, and there's still some cells that I can't see the water on top of. So I'm going to go back in this morning and get about 3 more gallons of distilled water, and I already bought some Epsom salt. I'll throw those in there. I think the batteries are pretty dead, and I think I'm going to go with some dry batteries in there. If I put dry batteries, I don't really think I have to go for 6 batteries. I think 4 will do just fine. So what we're doing today is wiring up the new battery bank I put in. I put it in a while ago, but I only wired 2 batteries because I wanted to order new cables. And so we took all the old cables out and putting new ones in, and then we'll see. Here's the battery bank. Now what I've done is I'm in parallel. The wires were a little long, so they're kind of looped in parallel, positive on this side, except that last one goes over there. You just switch the battery around, and the reason I did that is because it's not in here right now, but right here there's the negative lead to the boat. It wouldn't quite reach over there, so I moved that and crisscrossed those batteries. And I'm still in the process of putting the negatives in over here. After that, we're going to come over here and get this shower going. Right up here is the faucet, and down on the bottom is, to this hose right here comes this. And this was kind of a Mickey Mouse. They had bent the hose. Instead of putting a proper bend in it, or putting a 90-degree piece like this, they had that old hose and they bent it, and it eventually just cracked in the middle. Now here's the thing, this is European thread, and I just can't get it here in the United States, at least around here. So in lieu of changing out that whole faucet, which means I have to change the hose because that's a European thread down in there, I got pipes, bits of copper pipe connectors. Even they didn't fit with each other, so soldering was not a deal. So I have JP weld on here, and hopefully that will hold. And then this clamps, the end of that hose clamps right on there. Let's see if we get that worked. Alright, so I finished doing the cables, and the last step I did is I put dielectric grease on all of the terminals, and anything else I could plaster with it. Oh, by the way, you like my hat? Party on the Snow. That's from a ski mountain in New Hampshire called Gunstock, kind of a local mountain. And I kind of grew up there and ended up spent some years racing, and so I helped start an adaptive ski program at the mountain. Worked there for 16-17 years. Party on the Snow is always a fundraiser we do every year for the adaptive ski program. So if you can find them, you can see. You can go to Gunstock Mountain Resort on the internet, and there'll be a page for the adaptive ski program. So if you have anybody with disabilities, there are excellent instructors there. You're in the New England area, or if you want to donate to them.